What is up, BP Squad? It's Spence Crosby, back with another video. Today, I have a very special guest. And he's gonna show you how to throw a proper jab. Stay tuned. Alright guys, as I said earlier, I have a special guest who's gonna teach you how to throw a proper jab. Now this special guest, who is also my best friend and my little brother Justin, he is currently ranked #1 in the country in his respected weight class. And he just came off another big win recently. So without any further ado, go ahead and tell them how long you've been boxing for.
I've been boxing for about 7 years and I've been competing for 5.
What got you into boxing?
My friend in high school told me about it, and then he's always talking about how he wanted to be a big time boxer. And then one day I just asked him about, okay, where's this gym located? And he told me where the gym was located, and I've been boxing ever since.
So the magical question is, when do you plan on going pro? So that way these guys can check you out.
I plan on turning professional within a year for sure. I don't have an exact date or exact month on it quite yet. It's definitely gonna be in the near future.
Now for today's video, he's gonna be showing you guys how to throw a proper jab. And the reason why I chose my little brother to demonstrate to you guys is because he's a pure boxer. Alright guys, so I'm not gonna waste any more time. Go ahead and show them how to throw a proper jab.
Okay, number 1, hands up. Number 2, elbows tucked. And number 3, your knees should be slightly bent. Number 4, make sure your feet is shoulder width apart.
Alright, so when you're throwing your jab, right, what's going on exactly? Are you turning your hand over as well?
Yes. So you want to make sure you're making contact with these 2 knuckles right here. You don't want to make contact with these knuckles because these are your weaker knuckles, or like the smaller ones. This will give you the most power and the most impact and the most snap. Like, yeah, sort of. But yeah, so make sure you don't fall into this trap too, because a lot of guys I see make this common mistake. They make the mistake of doing this, and they're not turning the shot over. Because when you're doing this, it's a high likelihood that you will land like this rather than this.
So no damage essentially, because the smaller knuckles.
Exactly, okay. Yeah. So therefore, you at the same time, the jab is supposed to set up your bigger shots.
Run with them and
But at the same time, you still want your jab to have some kind of impact on it. So you still want the guy to respect your jab.
Put some respect on my name.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, turn your hand over.
So at the same time, it's not like it's just gonna come out like this. So you want it to rotate, because that will generate even more power. Just because if you do it like this, you're not getting that rotation. You need to start from a sideways position, sort of like a knife, and then you want to turn over like this. So sometimes if you need to do it slow, just work on it like this.
Alright, so when we're throwing that jab, what exactly is happening with our feet, our hips, and all that stuff?
Well, you want your hands and feet to be coordinated. So once you throw the jab, you can't just throw the jab just like this. It has to be at the same exact time when you actually push off your back foot. Push off the back foot. Push off the back foot, like that. So it can't be like this, because you won't have too much on the jab. You need to have something on it, so the feet need to be connected. And then when you do push off of it, don't just push off of it like this. You kind of want to step into the shot hard. So you want
Alright, so when I throw that jab, I want to step into it like.
yeah.
Alright, so once our hands or feet are synchronized and we're throwing that jab, turn our hands over, what's some common mistakes that people make?
Well, some common mistakes that people make is, it's sort of like a bow and arrow motion. So what I mean by the bow and arrow motion is this. It's like, instead of just throwing the jab like this, they will do this. So they drop this right hand when they're throwing the jab. You want to make sure that this right hand is still up when you're jabbing.
So when I come in, I throw that bow and arrow motion like this.
Yeah.
Ah, so
Talk.
okay, boom.
Number 2 is telegraphing your punches.
So basically, if you telegraphing, what you mean, like elbows flaring out?
Yeah. So when your elbows flare out, it takes away from your punches, and it also telegraphs your shot, just because it's easier to see the shot coming when they're flaring out like this versus this.
Ah, so you want to keep that thing straight.
Exactly.
Okay.
Straight. Number 3 is your feet being too narrow or your feet being too wide. Now, if your feet are too narrow, it's a lot easier for you to lose balance. See, I can just push him over like that, then he's gonna be down.
I'll do it again when my feet is balanced. Nowhere. You see that? Nowhere.
It's over 9,000!
Now, if your feet are too wide, it's gonna be difficult for you to close the distance as efficiently, because your feet are gonna be totally out of whack, so you won't be able to close that gap as quick. Now, if they're short apart, you're gonna be able to close the gap a lot more effective.
So it's all about the footwork. If they're too wide, then it's like I'm pretty much chasing more ground.
Exactly.
And then when they more like this, it is easier for me to move.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on my southpaw stance because that's what I feel most comfortable with. And basically, you're gonna run me through again. So basically, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Feet shoulder width apart.
Yes.
Slight bend in my knees.
Yes.
Elbows tucked in.
Yes.
Most importantly, my hands have to be up.
Yes.
When I throw that jab, I'm turning it over.
And make sure, and also make sure you're also pushing.
Ah, push off that back foot, right?
Yeah, pushing off that back foot. Yes. And that's how you throw an effective jab.
Well, all right, guys. So that was the video for today. Once again, I had to have my little brother come in and show you guys how to throw a pure, nice jab. All right. So hopefully you guys found this information useful. And remember, let me know in the comments what other videos you guys would like to see. He has a powerful hook. Guys, I have to make sure I have him in my next video so that way he can show you how to throw a proper hook and maybe throw some defensive moves in. But with that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Most importantly, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Peace and love as always. And now shake.